Hello, thank you for joining me. We're at Wrest Park today, as we were on my last video, which you may have seen. I'm standing by the French chateau-style house. My last video I did here was down at the Archers Pavilion, which you can just about see in the distance, down the other end of the formal gardens and the parterre. So we did the last one down here, and this one I'm going to show you the formal gardens and some other parts of the estate. So I said I was going to tell you more about Thomas Earl de Grey, the person who lived here. He has connections with Earl Grey tea, as you may have gathered, but I'm not entirely sure the exact connection, but it is, the two names are related. So we're just walking beside the house which he designed and built himself. It was started in 1834 and finished in 1839, so it's a French style house. He wanted to have a French style house to match his gardens here, which you can see the parterre and the formal gardens. You'll get some similar formal gardens at some country estates in France and other parts of Europe. So I'm going to show you around some of the gardens now. So there's this huge patio here, some lovely urns and statues. Just here is the conservatory, which is where perhaps some of the plants which needed warmer temperatures to grow. I wonder if we can go in. Oh, it says closed, so fortunately we can't go in, but I'm going to put the camera up to the glass so you can have a look. So that was the conservatory. You can actually see through there was a doorway from the house. And where we are now, we're currently standing in the Italian garden, which is quite a small formal garden. I'm going to go through the Italian garden. It looks like it's just all been planted up with flowers, so no doubt in a few weeks' time it will look a lot more colourful than it does now. So I'm going to now walk through the rose garden, which is here, and as I turn around, let's view the rest of the house. So as you can see, it's a French style house, as I said. It's got, most of the house has a mansard roof. So these are the rose gardens, and again I expect in a few weeks' time it will be a lot more colourful than it is today, because it's currently early spring. I'm just trying to see what's on the other side of that hedge. There's another border along there. On the other side of that wall is the orchard, which looks like it's been fairly recently planted up, so in a few years' time they may be producing apples, possibly pears, from the estate. So as we stand over here, we get a view. Very interesting, quite an attractive house, a bit different from some of the other. Reminds me a bit of some of the Rothschilds' houses, such as Wadston Manor and Halton House, but I believe they weren't actually related. So let's just go. We're going to go over here and walk through the formal gardens. The wind's starting to pick up. I do intend to get a microphone, so apologies if you can't hear me. It's something that's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. So here, there's the house behind us. I'm going to take you down the parterre. I'm now heading towards where I did my last video, which was the pavilion up there. So the original house, before the one behind us, which Thomas Earl de Grey built, was actually here. So I'm assuming what happened was the house was here, he built his new house and then demolished this one to create the parterre, which we can see. So I'm just taking you across the parterre. I want to show you some of the features of the gardens. So the main feature was the Archers Pavilion, which was my last video, and I had quite a lot of fun going up and down those spiral staircases. So I'm not going to do something quite like that in this one, but we're going to see some other aspects of the garden. So I'm assuming The original house would have been about here, literally where we're walking now. And coming up to this fountain, it's really quite nice. You're looking down to the... I'm going to take you round beside this fountain. And that building you can see over there, that's the Orangery, which is where we're heading. I should have jumped on that bus and got a lift. Oh well, I'm going to have to walk. So there's the fountain and the house. We're now heading towards the Orangery. So apologies I'm walking a bit fast, but there's quite a few things I wanted to show you over quite a wide space. So I'm just sort of, you know, I'll let you look at the house as I go along. So we are heading towards the Orangery. There's a big Wellingtonia tree. Latin name is Sequoia dendrum giganteum. So, that's what I was going to tell you, was the house became a countryside institute. So all this area here, all the parterre, they did all sorts of experiments with crops, growing potatoes. If you look at pictures of it from the 1960s, you'll see all of this being ploughed like it's a farm, and all sorts of experiments were carried out. And it was also, I believe, around the time, possibly the Second World War, the house was a hospital. So it's had various different uses, as well as being a stately home, and it now belongs to the not National Trust, the English Heritage. So this is coming up to the Orangery, which I'm going to take you inside. You can see, just get up the steps and I'll show you. So coming up, these are nice, these little cherubs. This one here is standing here reading a book. Looking across over to there's the amphitheatre over there, and that other building just behind a tree, that's the bowling pavilion. So this is the Orangery. So I'm going to take you inside the Orangery. So we go through these big doors. There's this really quite interesting fireplace, lots of carved stone. I particularly like that. So you can see the Orangery. So for those who don't know, an orangery is a building in which they grew oranges. So imagine all these trees growing oranges. So coming back out here, looking back across the parterre, so that's where I said when the house became an agricultural institute, all of that would have been ploughed. There was all sorts of experiments with crops taking place, and it might possibly still be here. Because if you look over there, I can see various greenhouses, etc. So it's where I invite you to help me. If you know if the Agricultural Institute is still here, then please do comment and tell me. I'll be very interested to hear from you. Behind that wall is the kitchen garden. As I said, the wall over there near the house is where the orchard was, which has been replanted. And just here, it sounds like a shotgun, but it could be possibly be crow scarers going off, because there's a lot of farmland the other way. Now what I'm come to show you next is one of the most exciting buildings on the site. Coming around here, can't see him yet, but you will, and you'll probably be quite surprised, because it takes you a bit by surprise where we're going next. You can see it is what looks almost like a ruin or a folly. It's actually the bathhouse. Now we're going to go in the fun way. I'll take you down this passageway here. Now I don't know if this is supposed to be a walkway, but let's do it anyway. So we're coming down. Looks like where a statue may have stood there. I'll take you down through this archway. So we're going to go through here. So it's very small. Oh, I've got to be careful. So we are now inside. I think actually we're inside where the water. That was probably a path to access the waterworks. So I think what happened was, I'm sitting in a pool here. There'd have been a waterfall, and it'd have come out this arch, which we're going to do now. It'd have possibly flown down into the water. So show you where we've been. That's the arch. Let's just walk over here a bit. I'll be able to show you a bit better. So we've just come through there. I mean, we could have gone, it's a bridge as well, so let's go up and have a look. Could have taken you over, but I thought it'd be more fun to take you under. Over there is the back of the orangery. So what we did, we went down there and we went underneath the bath and we came out there to the bathhouse. So I'm going to take you now, show you the bathhouse, and that's probably where I shall end this video. It's interesting, it's got a thatched roof on one half of the building. It looks like there was a dome on the other half, so let's go and have a look inside, see what we can see. Looks like this part of the garden is still under restoration. So here we go. As you can see, this is the door. It's just started to rain again, so glad to be inside. So we come in, see the cobbled floor, wooden ceiling. You can just see where I was a minute ago. There's people very kindly showing where the bridge is by walking across it. It's not so obvious from here. So where they're standing now, I came underneath there, and then the actual bathhouse itself, can't get through, but is behind there. You can see the circular pool in which they would have bathed in, and you may or may not be able to see, but that, I'm assuming that would have been a complete dome inside. So this is the bathhouse at Wrest Park. So it's English heritage. It's open most of the year, so if you're up in Bedfordshire and you want somewhere to go for a day out, then come and visit Wrest Park. I hope you enjoyed my videos from Wrest Park. I'm going to post a few pictures, especially of inside the house, so you can see some of the other things I haven't covered in my video. So from Wrest Park, Bedfordshire, goodbye.